Hello, Bella Beauties and Bella Bows, and welcome back to my channel, Bella Black TV. I'm Bella Black, and of course, we have another great day here today. We have Queen. Let's welcome to the stage, Queen.
Hello.
Hi, Queen. How are you?
Hello, good and you?
I'm well. Can't complain. All right, so we're gonna dive into this interview. So, if you don't mind telling the people your location and your age.
I'm 29. I am in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay. All right, good deal. All right, so what is your occupation and for how long?
I work in the field of education. I've been working in education for about 7 years.
Okay, all right, good deal. Do you have any hobbies that you like to do?
I don't do any every hobbies that I participate in every day, but I do like to do stuff like sing, write, read.
Okay.
Um, that's about it.
Is there a particular genre of music that you like to sing?
Um, I like mostly 90s music
Okay.
or early 2000s. But I do like any type of good music. Like I don't always know the names of the songs or the artist names, but if you play something I
Right.
know, like,
Right. So, like, do you do like ghost writing, or you write um, books or stories, or what type of writing do you do?
I dabble. Like I have been done stuff like write books since I was a kid, write my own books.
Okay.
Um, I have written a lot of songs. I have written for other people and myself. My goal with writing, I would rather much be in the background when it comes to like the
Hmm.
music industry type of thing. Like I'm more comfortable in the background writing lyrics for other people versus being on stage.
Okay. So you like to be in the background.
Mhm.
Mhm. All right. All right. So, have you ever been married? If so, what is your current marital status? Whether that's never married, divorced, separated, and estranged, or widowed, what is your current marital status?
I am divorced. I've been divorced for about 4 years now.
Okay. All right. Do you have children? And if so, how many? And what are their ages? And do you desire to have more children?
I have one child. He is 11 years old. Outside of him, I have like extra children I claim. Like my I got two godchildren, a boy and a girl.
Hmm.
One is the boy is 7, the other one is about 5. And I just accumulate a lot of kids gravitate towards me. It's maybe because of my occupation
Getting
and
enough
just the
babies,
person that I
getting
am.
enough
But I do. I'm definitely the house that all the neighborhood kids come to, and I'll be like, "Don't
Oh, that's
play,"
so sweet.
like clean up, get a bag and clean up my yard and stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
Say, why you over here? Let's put you to work. I
mhm.
hear you. You have awesome Wi-Fi and picture. It is awesome. I love it. I've been having issues with, doing the interviews and there've been Wi-Fi issues. So it's refreshing to finally have some good Wi-Fi. All right.
I just actually got Wi-Fi reconnected because during the summer I told my kids like I didn't care about Wi-Fi, my phone on, but they earned Wi-Fi, so I turned it on for them.
Okay, right. Like Wi-Fi is a privilege. All righty. And do you desire more children?
I feel like I'm not pushing it, but if it
Okay.
happens, it happens. I have lost one child,
Oh, I hate to
so
hear that.
yeah, before I lost that one child, since I already got so many kids that I claim is mine, I used to be like, no, I'm cool. I got my one, but I feel like after I kind of lost that one, I got more open to if it happens, it happens, but I'm not really pushing for it. Like,
Right. So, I hear you say, but if it happens, happens, but hey.
yeah.
I hear you. All right. So So is it okay if your future partner have children and doesn't matter how many they have in their ages?
Um, I would prefer my future partner come with their own kids if they want kids. Um, but the youngest, like, I don't mind. I feel like I would ask more questions if you have younger kids, though. Like, I would want to know more about the relationship involving the parenting and the discipline and the kid's mom if it's a young age child. But if
Right.
they're grown, then I'll be like, that's not on me. Look,
So it's just a case by case basis if the children are younger. So is there a max amount that they can have as far as you've been willing to date them?
I would say the answer would be the same as the last question. Like, it would depend on the ages of the kids. Like, if you have a bunch of younger kids, then
Hmm.
yeah, I probably say I won't take more than one or two young kids. But if you got older kids, they take care of themselves, like you just in their life that y'all talk. I don't care how many kids you got, as long as they grown.
All righty. Okay. So, what is one negative trait about yourself that you took from your last relationship that you have to work on, is working on, or will work on? And why do you consider
Mm,
it to be a negative trait?
I'll say in my relationship and in life, the most negative trait about me is my lack of patience. Like, I have extreme patience with kids, but I do not hold that same patience with grown people.
Right, he said you are an adult, you should know better.
Yeah. So that's probably my biggest like thing I need to work on in life, in and out of relationship, like any type of relationships.
Okay. So, are you doing anything actively to work on that, or what are your plans to work on it? If you
I
have
do believe in therapy. I
okay.
believe in therapy. Like, I've been in therapy. This is my third time in therapy. And I started therapy like before my divorce, so I went once at the end of that marriage, and then I went again after I lost my child. And now I'm on therapy again, basically just trying to grow me as a person. Just make sure that I'm solidified and self-aware of how I feel, my emotions, how I react, all of that, and make sure that I'm ready and growing positively so that I'm ready for the king of my throne. Like, nobody can come in a broken castle.
All right, all right, and that actually answers one of our questions that I have a little later, and we get to that in just a moment. So, um, how do you handle or deal with conflict?
um, in a relationship or just
Mhm.
period?
In a relationship.
In a relationship, I think that it is very important for me to communicate, be verbal, because I'm a very verbal person, and that's one thing I have learned in therapy sessions. Like, learned how to be a very verbal person. I'm verbal, I'm firm, and I'm bold, but I have to learn how to make sure my words aren't mean. So be aware of how I'm using my words instead of saying, like, you don't care about what you're talking, like, you don't care about how I feel right now. I have to be more mindful and come back and be like, so right now I feel like you don't care about how I feel. This. So the I well I tend to try not to avoid conflict versus regular life. Like, in regular life, I try more to avoid conflict, and if it's not needed, the conversation not needed. But in a
Mhm.
relationship, it is very important for me to talk things out instead of versus pushing things under the rug because it's not. getting solved. It's just getting pushed to the side to next time.
Right. And it's subject to get bigger, the longer it
Yeah.
gets pushed back or suppressed, it just comes out in other ways later. So I just go ahead and get it over with. So
Right. And I'm fine
that's
with it
it.
in a relationship if we have to take a step back. Like I'm totally
Mhm.
fine with, like, okay, I can't do this right now. I need a break. And then we go to different rooms or leave, but you can't just you can't be the type of person that's just the type that's okay, right now you're talking, you're telling me something wrong with you. So I gotta tell you something wrong with me while you decide this is your time, but and then nothing gets out. Now we got two problems we gotta talk about and then you walking out. And now I'm more worried about, "Oh, okay, like, are you coming back?" Like, now you ignore me. You can't be that type of person with me. Like, you gotta actually be verbal and tell me, like, "Okay, I just need a break. I need to cool down."
Right. And like you
And
said
then I can
earlier.
let you, like, "Okay, we coming back so we can talk it through now."
Oh my goodness. Yes, communication is key. All right. So, is religion or spirituality important to you? If so, what do you practice or believe in? And is it important that your partner practice or believe in those same beliefs?
Um, as far as religion, I grew up in Kojic environments, like, Church of God in Christ or Baptist environments.
Mm-hmm.
Um So I do believe in God and the God. I always say the God that is in me or the God that I know to be
Mm-hmm.
my God. Because everybody have, their own gods or some however they say it, how it goes. This religion is a touchy subject, but
Yeah.
but I do have my God and I won't necessarily say I go to church, but I don't not go to church. Like I would go to church if I'm invited, but I don't personally feel like that is a environment that I have to be in for the personality that I am. However, I call myself having my own church. Like on Sundays, my Sundays are dedicated to me getting up early. I turn on my gospel, I clean up my house, I do my cooking, I sing my heart out, I do my crying, all that stuff. That's my church. That's how I cleanse my soul. So so, in the person who I'm talking to, I would like them to have some type of religious foundation that is true to them and who they are. I would not prefer someone who is not religious based at all or spiritual in their way. You know, that you have to know that there is your God, as I know that there is mine, that is true to me, that has planted a foundation in my soul, type of thing. Like, you know, that's it.
All right. All right. So, which you answered earlier. The next question is, do you believe in therapy and why or why not? And like I said, you touched on that earlier. So you do believe in therapy because you said you've been in there 3 times. Because it's
Mhm.
important to work on
Yep.
those traumas or those things that you go through in life, and learning how to cope with understanding that and learning how to cope with it. So.
Yeah, in a healthy way. Like, 'cause some people just go to their best friend and be like, "No, that's my therapy session." But then, I feel that it's more beneficial in therapy to have somebody that you can trust that is really non-biased. They don't have a foot or a personal opinion in the situation. They're looking at it from what you're saying at their standpoint, and they're not on your side, but they're not against you either. They're giving you healthy advice or healthy opinions.
All right. Okay, so do you believe in gender roles? And if so, what do you believe is the man's role in the marriage and long term relationship? And what do you believe is the woman's role in the marriage and long term relationship?
Um, I don't know if I honestly believe in general. I just believe in a relationship. Every relationship is built different. In one relationship, I could have been the housewife that was taking care of the house and the kids because that was what was required in that relationship to make to add the oil. There was the oil in that relationship to keep it moving, to keep everything how it's supposed to go. And in my next relationship, I might be like the 50-50 person. It just depends to me on what the relationship needs in the moment, not basically you're a man and you're a woman and you got to do this and that.
Okay. Alright, fair enough. So outside of physical aesthetics, height, and income, what are absolute must-haves that your partner must have? What are those must-haves that they must possess outside of aesthetics and income?
You said outside of aesthetic and income.
Yeah, so not putting that into consideration. Outside of those things, what are those things that are must-haves in a partner to you?
Um, are we talking like personality wise, basically?
Just whatever you want in a partner.
I just want in a partner a person who I would like to say dominant. I like more of a dominant person. Like I'm more attracted to a dominant person and not a controlling person. Just like somebody who is open to learn me while teaching me them and able to love how I need to be loved versus how they think that they should love me type of thing. Like I wouldn't say any characteristics breaking it down any type of way because I don't feel that I really have a type. Like I just feel my type is someone who is able to learn to love me and teach me to love them and able to give me the things I need and help me give or show me or teach me or allow me to learn the things that they need and give it to like be willing to give and receive and give back.
All right, understood. Okay, so I believe my purpose in life is to what? Fill in the blank. What is your purpose in life?
I believe in life I am a seer. Like I I do see people for the potential that they are a lot and I feel that that's kind of helpful, but it can also be a downfall in the situation because I am very much able to fall in love with a person's potential, but I'm very much able to just see a person's potential in general and help a person grow to that potential. But it's just that I have to understand like this is their potential, this is not where they are, even though they might be great people and doing great for themselves, but I'm just able to see the more that you can be and want to help you be that type of thing.
You want to see
So
them excel.
yes, I'm not a very positive person, but I'm a very realistic person, and I don't dwell on the bad in life because it just put me down. So I do try to dwell on more positive things. So people like I'm very kind hearted. People could really do some things and they be like, oh well, I know they meant well type of thing.
All right. All right. So, what is one unique thing about yourself that most people don't know?
I think my heart is a unique thing, but I wouldn't say that it's something most people don't know, but it is also something most people don't know because the extent of my heart is what most people don't know. Like people that know me know that I'm a very kind-hearted person. I'm genuine, I'm caring, but they don't always know the extent of my heart. That's why I do tell future partners that if you come over here, you just got to be able to allow me to be who I am. Allow me to be as kind to people as my heart is going to allow because you may not always agree. Like, I'm the type of person that will let my ex husband and his fiance or baby mama come live in my house because theirs burnt down because they need somewhere to stay for a while. That's just the extent of my heart. Other people, you may not know many people that would do some things like that, but I couldn't. I'm like, I'm not gonna let them stay outside. So
Yeah. So you said the extent of your heart. All right. What are your relationship status goals? Whether that's marriage, long term relationship, companionship only, and why
I feel like my goal for my relationship status is marriage,
now?
and
Marriage.
it's just simply my makeup. I have always desired to be a wife. I've since I was in going to high school. That I got married very young. I got married at 19 the first time because I was just that kid, that person in life that knew after eighth grade I'm going to high school. I could find my future husband and we could build adult. Like I was that kid. So
So you feel like you were meant to be a wife.
I yeah yep. I ain't for the streets.
All right. So, what are your love languages that you would like for your partner to provide to you, and what does that look like? And list them in the order of importance. Are you familiar with the love languages?
I'm a little familiar with love languages.
Do you
I've
know
been
all
told
five?
no.
Okay, so we have words of affirmation. Words of
Mhm.
affirmation is just where your partner will like affirm some of those good things or those great qualities about yourself. Um, then there is quality time when they value spending time with you. There is acts of service when they just recognize those things that need to be done and just go ahead and get them done. And there's the love language of um, receiving gifts or giving gifts, which you will receive from them. It could be something small, it don't have to be anything major. It can be them getting your favorite bag of chips from the store when they see it and or when they're out and about and just surprising you with it. Am I missing one? Oh, and physical touch. Physical touch is where, um, most of the time they're affectionate with you. It doesn't have to be anything in a sexual nature. It can just be just those soft, gentle touches or, things like that. But yeah, those are the five.
I would say for me the biggest out of those five, the biggest thing that I would appreciate is acts of service because I'm just that type of person. I don't ask all the time. And I but I do love a proactive partner, like somebody that just recognize that I may just be trying to move a dresser in my house because there's some stuff that I do and I would much rather you prefer just getting up and help me versus being like, do you need help? You want me to help you?
Like, do
Because
you
I'm
see me
not
trying
go.
to
I'm if I
do
yeah, because I'm the type I do it myself and I won't ask for help. But if you just come help me, I think that's I'll be like, okay, shoot. I do appreciate like gifts, but I'm not a very materialistic person. I know that I'm the type of person if I go to the store, see some socks you like or something that'll make you smile, I will get it for you. So I wouldn't necessarily say that is a love language, but I would expect like or appreciate the energy back because that's the type of
almost
person I am. I'm like
sponsorship?
gonna do it. I'll make you. I'm very crafty. I like to make stuff. I will make you a little picture frame or a scrapbook or something. Just like I like stuff like little notes and shit. I mean stuff. Sorry. um, with physical touch, I wouldn't say that I need to be touched so much. I'm not that's probably one of my downfalls. I'm not super, super affectionate, but I'm very affectionate to my person and my child, like just the people that I like to be around. But I do also like my own space. I'm kind of an introvert, but even though I'm not probably gonna talk to you all day, but we can just be in the room. I'm satisfied with being in a room together or in the same building together, like. But I would say my biggest thing is acts of service,
Okay,
definitely.
so service is your number one. All right. What does the term emotional intelligence mean to you? And do you believe you provide this in a relationship? And if so, how? How do you provide emotional intelligence? Are you familiar with the term intelligence?
A little bit. Can you define it?
Mhm. So, emotional intelligence is being aware of your feelings, how you're feeling in the moment, how do you overcome those feelings that you're feeling. And it also has to do with being able to recognize when someone else may be feeling something and how you can either help them get through what it is or just being cognizant of the way you react or respond um, to their emotions in the moment.
I would say that I think I am emotionally aware of my feelings. I
Mhm,
may not always be emotionally aware of somebody else's feelings, but again, I'm a very verbal person. I have no issue like asking, can we talk? And express how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking in the moment or in the appropriate time.
mhm,
And I would expect the person that I'm with to be able to do the same thing. Like, I know that there are times where there's obvious signs like a person's annoyed. And if you show me like annoyed or stuff, you acting different, I would probably ask what's going on. But it's the time and the place type of thing. Like if we're outside, I may, attempt probably like once or twice to see what's wrong, but I'm not going to attempt to really engage in that conversation because of the setting. But if we're somewhere like home and I see that my person's acting different, then I would try harder to understand what's going on. But again, we grown. Like I'm not going to come to you 1,000 times and you like, oh nothing, and then you just mad all day. Like I would prefer somebody that's able to communicate and express these type of things because I know that I am. I want to be heard and I want to hear you. Like I said, we learning each other. You learning to love me while or learning how to love me while I'm learning how to love you.
right. Mhm. Yeah, so you can provide the best support to one another. All right. Okay. So, what are some obstacles you've encountered while trying to date?
Mm, um, I have one obstacle I have encountered while trying to date is dating someone without kids. Just different. They just have to learn how to be around kids. And even though I only have one, I have a lot of kids around me all the time. I'm a very fair person, and kids love me. Um, Another one is people with kids discipline areas. Like I work in education, and I've worked in education since I graduated high school. Like, and I have my ways of disciplining and expecting like things out of children
Mhm.
even at the age of 2 type of thing, like, I don't I would I was just saying because I used to be a two-year-old teacher. In my classroom, my two-year-olds were making their cots. They were putting up their stuff where they know they're supposed to be, like, I am a strict person. I believe in treating all the kids fair. I'm not gonna too much baby anybody. I'm gonna hold you up to a certain expectation. Like that's just who I am. I feel like I'm not going it stunts a child's growth to baby them all the time. To not hold them like, oh, they're two. You can't expect them to know how to fix their kite. Well, if you don't hold their hand all the time, then they will be able to put a sheet on their kite.
Again, they said they got to fall in line even at 2 years old.
Yeah, I mean, because look, I was a 2-year-old. I worked at daycare, and when I say my 2-year-olds, you got some smart kids, and some of them really, even as a 2-year-old teacher in daycare, my kids was doing stuff, organizing. the toy houses and everything, but like with me, but then when they parents come, they back to being a baby because their expectations for them were different, you know.
Oh goodness. All righty. So, what do you believe has been the biggest challenge or impact that has affected dating as we see it today? Just not necessarily in your own experiences, but just dating overall in this dating world that we're in. What has been
Um,
the biggest challenge?
I would say my biggest challenge
Not
is
necessarily your biggest challenge, just the biggest challenge overall in dating. Not necessarily your own personal experience.
okay. I think the biggest challenge overall in dating is finding people who are on the same page at the same time.
That's true. Right. And do you believe in monogamy?
Yes.
All right. What are absolute deal breakers that you will not tolerate when choosing a partner?
What are deal breakers that I would not tolerate with what?
When choosing a partner, what will you absolutely not deal with?
Um, I would absolutely not deal with a down person. Like I can't be around someone who just life is down and out and always negative energy. Like I said, I'm not the most positive person, but I'm not a negative person, and I don't want to be around any energy that's just the world is on my shoulders and I'm down and out all the time. That's a no go for me. Um, Also, someone who is not motivated at all for anything, like you have to be ambitious and motivated to do something. You don't have to have it all together, but you have to be growing it, like actually actively taking steps towards your goals. I am definitely a planner and an organizer. You have to I'm I want to know your plans. Like if you don't have a plan, then you just go with the flow. A lot of people nowadays are just go with the flow and whatever happens happens, and that's not a turn on. I'm like you don't know where you're going if you don't look.
All righty. All right. So, what do you feel it takes for someone to be a great mate to you and for you to be a great mate to someone?
Mm, My answer for that will be an answer I've shared already, and it's just someone who is willing, patient, and able to, in a healthy way, teach me how to love them while they're learning how to love me. It takes a lot to teach, or it takes a lot to teach and learn at the same time.
Everybody is, their own unique individuals, and they have their own special things about themselves that that they like or want, and vice versa. So yeah, it just
Yeah,
takes a
'cause
little
I feel
work.
like nowadays a lot of people love a lot of people. People love, like, it's very easy to love, but the thing is, you can't love everybody the same way. Like, you can't expect me to love everything that your ex loved in your relationship because I'm not that. And I think that is a big downfall in dating that everybody's just like, okay, girl, okay, boy, I love you. Accept my love, but okay, you love me, but are you loving me how I need to be loved though? Like,
That's understandable. All right. So, what is your dating range?
um, I like I love a sexy grandpa. Like I do not. The oldest I have ever talked to is about 45. Like seriously, talked
Oh,
to
so
in
the, the old grandpa is 45 now, Queen.
I mean, I love him. I love sex grandpa. Like I people think it's weird. I date an old man. Like you already got your stuff together. You handsome. You fit still. Like you don't look like no grandpa, but the that's the oldest person that I have called myself in a relationship with is 45. But I have talked to older. I wouldn't want. I don't really talk to anybody my age. Like I'm 29. Um, Closest to my age I ever talked to is like 20, 28, 30. But I would prefer I prefer older guys. Just
Like how
because I
old? Like
have a
over
lot of
age?
siblings. I have 12 siblings.
Oh.
And yeah, I have a huge family. So I think that's why I gravitate more towards the older guys than my age, because you can't remind me of any of my siblings. Like my oldest sibling is 30. I'm 29. My youngest siblings are like 7 or 8. You can't remind me of none of my siblings.
Oh goodness. So, what particular range do you want to stay in?
We can put about 40, 45 at the highest,
Okay.
and about mm, we can start at 29, 30, I guess. It would depend on the personality for real, because some people could be like, I've met a 22-year-old that don't act 22, that's act super mature. So as far as the youngest, I would say about 28, 29, 30.
So
Mm,
28.
I guess, girl, I don't. That's a hard question. Yeah. So look, age limit is mature. Come mature and ready.
Like this period, as long as you're mature. All right. All right. So, what is your dating location preference, whether that's internationally, locally within your current state, surrounding states, or anywhere in the USA? And the second part to that question is, do you have a passport or are you willing and able to obtain one?
I do have a passport. I lose my stuff a lot, so I am also willing to get more passports if I need be. Like
So,
I
in
lose
other
stuff
words, your
all the
passport is
time.
lost right now.
Huh?
So, in other words, your passport is lost right now.
I just found it, but it was
Oh,
lost for a good 2 months.
oh goodness. Okay, so where do you want your person to be? Where can they be?
I would prefer my person to be like at least flying distance, probably a few hours away, if not here. But I am also willing to travel. Like I'm not gonna say, oh no, I don't want a long distance relationship at all, because I know that I would be open to that. I don't have to have somebody around me 24/7. I do have to have communication though, but I would definitely prefer somebody that I have access to seeing. So
All right. So with that, so access, there's no numerous ways that you can have access to seeing someone, whether that's getting on the airplane or
mhm.
driving. So would it have to be within driving distance, or it really doesn't matter as long as you can, even if you can get there just by plane? Like,
I wouldn't mind just getting there by plane. Like I
okay,
like to travel.
okay. So basically, anywhere in the USA or also internationally, or what?
I would say USA more like
Okay.
I prefer the USA.
Okay. Do you have a race preference?
I would say I have In my history of dating, I have honestly never dated outside of my race. Um, yeah, I would say I've never experienced dating any other race. And that's not something that I am just closed minded on. It's just something I've never done.
Mhm. So you open to it. So are there any particular races you're not open to, or just any race you're open to?
I would prefer to not date a white person.
Alrighty. And how do you want eligible and intentional daters to reach out to you? You can have them reach out to you via your social media platforms, or you can have them reach out to me and I get the information to you. How do you want people to reach out to you?
So if they were to reach out to you, how would that
Mhm.
differ from them reaching out to me? Like it would just reach
They
out
would
to
just
you.
okay, so they would just message me and I would get the information over to you. And you can decide to contact them. But if yeah, I would just get the information to you because I wouldn't want to have to keep going back and forth and like, but no, she's not interested or anything like that. That would just be up to the US the dater to let that person know, hey, thanks for the interest, but I'm not, I'm not interested, So it's just
Mm,
me getting the information to you versus them reaching out to you directly.
okay. So if you're not offering any filters, based on this information today, then I would say then I would say they can just reach out to me.
Okay. Because I don't know what if this person would be an exception for you or not, or what you would want. So I would just
I
present
would say
everything
like
to me.
basically if you ain't giving out no filters based on the questions you answered and you gotta be some type of attractive to me, like, cause the first thing you notice when you approaching somebody is their pictures, how they look and stuff, and then you go to their personality and stuff like that. So you ain't, they can just reach out to me.
Okay. And what platform do you want them to reach out to you on?
um, I would say Instagram.
Okay, Ashley. And what is that Instagram address?
It's just Desiree. What is JUSTTDESIREE?
Okay. And it's JUSTTDESIREE.
Yes, ma'am.
Just different. Okay. All right. Okay, Queen. So that concludes our interview. Is there anything else that you want to let the people know?
No, thank you. No, ma'am.
Well, I want to take this time to thank you for allowing me to interview you and present you to the world as an eligible and intentional dater with Bella Beauty Network of Eligible and Intentional Daters. And I am going to go ahead and drop you down, and I will be in contact with you, okay, for your
Yes, ma'am.
profile
Thank you.
as well as just keep in touch and see how your love journey is going. All right.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Thanks, Queen. All right, Bella Beauties and Bella Bows. That's a wrap. Another great interview on the books. And as always, until next time, take care, God bless, and talk to you later. Bye bye.